Welcome to the Synod of the Son, connecting, equipping, and empowering Presbyterians for Christ's mission. I am Dan Saperstein, co-leader for Mission and Partnership for the Synod. It is my pleasure to share with you the mission and ministry of your Synod. The Synod of the Son is one of 16 synods in the PCUSA, embracing Presbyterians in the states of Arkansas, Louisiana, Oklahoma, and Texas. Our 11 presbyteries and 840 congregations are comprised of over 150,000 members, making us the fourth largest synod by membership in the PCUSA. There are seismic changes going on in our society that are resulting in tectonic shifts in the mission structure and governance of our church. There are cultural shifts related to the role and status of churches in our society. We no longer enjoy the privileged place we did in generations past. And participation and giving have declined for all major denominations. There has been a major shift in giving patterns as well. People are increasingly likely to give for a specific or designated purpose or cause, rather than out of a sense of denominational identity or loyalty. They want to see or participate in the benefits of their giving. Resources given to less visible, less local denominational structures are shrinking more quickly than is congregational giving and local mission support. Accordingly, the PCUSA has adapted to these shifts by downsizing and decentralizing its structures. The old corporate, bureaucratic model of the church that dominated 30 or 40 years ago is vanishing. In its place are new ways of doing mission that are more flexible and less dependent on brick-and-mortar investments. An example is the 1001 New Worshiping Communities initiative to support non-traditional new church developments, especially among immigrant communities. So where do synods fit into these changes? Some have called for synods to be eliminated or radically changed. Some synods have adopted a reduced function model, providing only the minimal constitutional services with no paid staff. The General Assembly Commission on Mid-Councils has recommended reducing the number of synods from 16 to no more than 8 by the year 2016. The Synod of the Son has been proactive in addressing these shifts by adopting a new model of being a synod. We are moving from an emphasis on governance to an emphasis on mission. We are moving from a structure based on top-down decision-making and programming to a structure based on decentralized mission networks. And we're moving from a posture of institutional maintenance to one of mission development and action. In short, regardless of whatever might happen to synods as church councils, we will continue to be faithful agents of mission within and beyond our bounds. In October 2012, the Synod adopted a new plan for the future, which we call the Vine, to emphasize connection, growth, and fruitfulness. The model called for reorienting our synod structure to a more missional profile. We've moved from a staff of 8 headed by an executive to only 2 co-leaders, one for mission and partnership, and the other for administration, who is also stated clerk. We've reduced the number of commissioners from 50 to 26 and have informally renamed them commissionaries to emphasize their role as agents of mission on behalf of the synod within their presbyteries. We've streamlined the business of the synod and cut our overhead. Our office space has been reduced to a mere 150 square feet. We are also trying to be more missionally responsive in our stewardship, which means developing new models of financial support. We continue to be the only synod without a per capita assessment, relying exclusively on donated funds for our mission. Our goal is to direct 100% of donated funds to mission support and to pay for our operational expenses out of an annual grant from the Synod of the Son Foundation, which itself is built on gifts from faithful supporters, living and dead. We also receive direct congregational and individual gifts and bequests. This past October, we adopted a new mission statement, a new statement of core values, and a new vision statement for the near and mid-term. Our mission statement, seen on your screen, emphasizes the three core functions of connecting, equipping, and empowering Presbyterians for Christ's mission. We will be guided in this mission by the core values of biblical faithfulness, servanthood, community, functionality, responsiveness, flexibility, and openness. These are explained more fully on your handout, which is also available for download at synodson.com. We will now explore those three mission functions of connecting, equipping, and empowering more fully. First, let's turn to the mission of the Synod in connecting Presbyterians. We continue to perform the important role of supporting the mission of presbyteries. We do this by assisting presbyteries through times of leadership transition, by offering guidance and helping them to discern their identity and to pursue their particular mission. We offer financial assistance in times of emergency in the form of grants and/or loans, although this has become more limited as funds have been depleted. We sponsor training events for presbytery leaders and committees on ministry. We gather executives and stated clerks for periodic forums to learn from each other and to provide fellowship and support. And we perform the administrative and judicial functions required by the Book of Order. In addition, the Synod nurtures relationships with 17 different mission partners with whom we have written covenant relationships. These include educational institutions like Austin Seminary, the Presbyterian Pan American School, and the University of the Ozarks. Christian social service organizations like Evergreen Life Services and the Vera Lloyd Presbyterian Home and Family Services. Camps and conference centers including Moe Ranch and Ferncliff Camp and Conference Center. Financial foundations including the Texas Presbyterian Foundation and the Synod of the Son Foundation, and the Presbyterian Historical Society of the Southwest. The Synod is an active participant in the ministry of these partners, usually with either elected or corresponding membership on their governing boards. The Synod also has a growing number of mission programs, networks, and affiliates, such as the annual Synod Youth Workshop and Presbyterian Women of the Synod. Our signature mission program is Solar Under the Sun, now 5 years old. We'll share more about this program later. Connecting Presbyterians and mission creates synergy, a relationship by which we can accomplish more together than any of us can do individually. Here's one example of how a grant to the University of the Ozarks to prepare a video promoting the Presbyterian Village retirement community had unexpected benefits to the students involved.
My name is DJ Baston. I'm a sophomore RTV major at the University of the Ozarks. I had so many experiences at the Presbyterian Village. The biggest thing that stood out to me is just the overwhelming friendliness of both the staff and the people who were the residents. Oh, Miss Anna was just such a wonderful person to speak with, even though it was for a short time for me. I'll never forget her, all the fun I had down there. I've already spoken to my great-grandmother about her possibly going there if we get her up here. And I'm really hoping just to, whenever I get a chance to get over there and visit again. And I hope that they're still around when I go to retire. The grant from Synod of the Sun, I think its main value is the fact that it's an inspiration for people to go out and share their faith and really represent both themselves and the Christian faith within the community, or not just at Presbyterian Village or on University of the Ozarks campus, but statewide, even nationwide.
My name is Courtney Risher. I'm a senior RTV major. The internship at the Presbyterian Village made me see that to me, it's the most unique nursing home I've ever seen. They were treated like they had life in them. They weren't treated like they were put somewhere to die, basically. They were treated like they had still everything to live for. And the staff were kind and generous, and from what I could see, treated the patients like family. I guess what I learned the most out of working on that is how to work with each person and learn how to work according to their situation, to what their needs, because sometimes you have to be sensitive about their privacy, and sometimes you have to you definitely have to build a bond in order for the interviews to work and in order for everybody to be comfortable, because there were a lot of people who were looking around and be like, what are they doing here? And you just had to be very kind and friendly to them and build a rapport first. And I think that was the most important part. That was actually the most fun part, was building a rapport with them.
So my name is Corey Pintado. I am an academic senior but physical junior at the University of the Ozarks. I am majoring in radio, television, and video, and I had the pleasure of visiting the Presbyterian Village this summer to shoot a marketing video, permission granted by David King. And I enjoyed the process so much and learned so much about video and marketing in general, because I got to meet some of the most awesome residents and tell one of the most compelling stories that I probably will ever get a chance to tell. And it really meant a lot to me, because we spent a whole day doing what a professional would do, and that's an opportunity granted to me only by the Presbyterian Village and the Synod of the Sun, and I don't think I would have gotten it anywhere else.
Our second missional function is equipping. The Synod plays an important role in equipping Presbyterians to do the work of ministry and mission to which the Church has been called. To this end, we offer a number of training events and workshops, including an annual workshop for Presbytery committees on ministry, a biennial leadership convocation for moderators, clerks, and other key Presbytery personnel, and a new biennial commitment to provide a mission convocation bringing together our partners, networks, Presbyterian mission committees, and congregational mission programs to connect, dream, and share plans and ideas. We also provide training for stated clerks, and in conjunction with Austin Seminary, for interim and transitional pastors. Another important way the Synod equips Presbyterians is by providing financial resources for mission projects, ministry training, and emerging networks. Over $250,000 in mission grants alone have been provided by the Synod since 2012 from 19 different grant accounts. Applications for grants must come from sessions, presbyteries, or organizations within the Synod, with priority given to applications representing 2 or more partnering groups. The various grant criteria can be found at our Synod website, synodsun.com, where you can also download a grant application. Starting in 2014, applications will be reviewed quarterly in January, April, July, and October. In addition, the Synod awards 10 different kinds of Synod scholarships. The eligibility for these vary. Details and applications can be found for each on the Synod website. Persons under care of a presbytery in the Synod may also apply for Master of Divinity Scholarship Assistance through the Synod of the Son Foundation. A link to their application can also be found on the Synod website. The third and last of our core functions is empowering. Historically, synods have been key to building a more diverse church by ensuring that all of God's people are empowered to participate fully and faithfully in Christ's mission. One way we hope to accomplish this is by revitalizing the historic racial ethnic caucuses, which have been in decline, by repurposing them into vibrant cultural affinity mission networks. The annual Multicultural Youth Conference at Moe Ranch, co-sponsored by the Synod, identifies and energizes new generations of leaders. We also have generous funds designated for Hispanic Latino scholarships and mission grants. And in July and August of 2014, the Synod is co-sponsoring the 15th National Multicultural Conference of the PCUSA. This is an opportunity to learn how your church can become a more diverse community of faith, and to celebrate the many different cultural groups that are part of our diverse denomination. Online registration is now available. More information can be found through the link on our Synod webpage. The key to our work of empowerment is the development of vital mission networks. Networks can be formed around any ministry, program, or mission that involves partners in 2 or more presbyteries. There is no application. Instead, there is a network planning guide that will help define the particular mission, set benchmarks for success, and help think through resource development and management. The Synod Network Development Team will assign shepherds to assist the emergent networks, and Synod funds will be available as seed money to launch the network. Among our first developing networks are the Hispanic Women's Conference, the African American Ministry Caucus, and the Synod Youth Workshop. The Synod empowers people a different way through our signature mission program, Solar Under the Sun, which trains mission deputations to install solar generators in the developing world. Solar Under the Sun not only provides cheap, clean electrical power to these communities, it empowers both the recipients and the installers through enduring mission partnerships. Training takes place at solar schools, held twice a year in the spring and late summer at Ferncliff Conference Center in Arkansas. Solar schools have trained groups for over 50 projects in Haiti, Africa, Central America, and the Ukraine. Installations are typically made in conjunction with water filtration systems installed by Living Waters for the World, providing these communities with both power and clean water. Together, they literally save lives. Last year, Solar Under the Sun was accorded the Restoring Creation Award by Presbyterians for Earth Care as the best environmental ministry in the PCUSA. This is a hands-on opportunity for your church or presbytery. For registration information or to make a donation, go to the Solar website, solarunderthesun.org. Here's a video that tells you a bit more.
Solar Under the Sun is a new ministry growing in the Synod of the Sun. With the help of our partners and training from Solar Under the Sun, you can empower communities in great need to use solar energy. Last year, we launched a pilot project in Haiti. Members of 2 Houston area congregations with people in Haiti installed a complete clean water system powered by solar energy. They did this with the assistance of our sister organization, Living Waters for the World. Now that the need in Haiti is much greater, Solar Under the Sun and Living Waters for the World, with your help, plan to rebuild all the water systems destroyed by the earthquake and add solar power to both those newly rebuilt systems and the ones still working. Besides powering clean water systems, There are many applications for solar energy, including refrigeration for medical supplies, lighting for schools, or power for computer labs and communication. And what happened to our pilot project? It's located northwest of Port-au-Prince. After the earthquake, it still works. It produces clean water 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Your donations and actions will boost that success and change lives for decades. Your donations and actions will build a covenant relationship between your team and a nonprofit community in Haiti, such as a school, church, or clinic. With these relationships, U.S. volunteers commit to provide work and funding, while the volunteers in Haiti commit to help install and to maintain the system for their community. When a solar installation includes a clean water system, volunteers lead classes teaching the goodness of God's creation and the importance of clean water for good health. Please consider your role in this new solar ministry. Help us promote it with free brochures and posters. Become a fan on Facebook. Make a donation with a check or online at solarunderthesun.org. Form a team and empower volunteers in Haiti to bring solar energy to their communities. Please visit solarunderthesun.org today. Learn about the training sessions called Solar School. Make a donation. Take action to help us light the world.
So how can you participate in this new way of being a synod? First, you can visit our synod website, synodsun.com, which is the hub for information, grants, scholarships, and more. You can also like our Facebook page, where you will get regular updates on all the goings-on in the Synod of the Sun. You can also follow us on Twitter. Our handle is @SynodSun. We aren't using this much now, but plan to use it more in the future. And you can help support the mission of the Synod in a number of ways. First, get involved. Start a network. Apply for a grant. Ask to be nominated as a commissionary. Second, know and connect with the existing commissionaries in your own presbytery. Third, encourage your presbytery to maintain or increase its mission support of the Synod. You can also encourage your session to provide designated gifts for Synod programs, grants, and scholarships. And you as an individual can support the Synod financially through your direct financial support and by remembering the Synod in your will. If you want to know more information about this, contact your commissionary or the Synod office. Remember, the Synod receives no per capita funds and relies exclusively on mission gifts to grow its mission. Thank you for your participation and support of the new Synod of the Sun as we connect, equip, and empower Presbyterians for Christ's mission.